So apparently, Marjorie Taylor-Greene is already pushed to have another speaker race. So she's pushed for a motion to vacate, and Johnson had responded and said that we fought like warrior poets. Okay, what? But I think all of this is done. Listen to this. This is Johnson talking about this motion to vacate. This is what Republicans are now dealing with. Audio Sunbite 13.
I don't think it does. And I think all of my other Republican colleagues recognize this is a distraction from our mission. Again, the mission is to save the Republic. And the only way we can do that is if we grow the House majority, win the Senate, and win the White House. So we don't need any dissension right now. Look, Marjorie Taylor-Greene filed the motion. It's not a privileged motion, so it doesn't move automatically. It's just hanging there. And she's frustrated. She and I exchanged text messages even today. We're going to talk early next week. Marjorie's a friend. She's very frustrated about, for example, the last appropriations bills. Guess what? So am I. As we discussed, Trey, these are not the perfect pieces of legislation that you and I and Marjorie would draft if we had the ability to do it differently.
So they have a horrible spending bill that's going to be even worse because they only have a +1 majority in the House come April now. And you can't vacate the speaker. Think about this for a minute. You barely have a majority in the House. You're going to vacate the speaker when your majority is even smaller? Because you have to have a certain percentage of the vote in order to... You see how this works, right? I mean, there was a threat when we had a wider margin of Republicans in the House of having Hakeem Jeffries. Now you want to do it when we have a smaller... Now, are they purposefully picking the worst times to have a speaker race? I mean, I was told, guys, that we weren't even going to have these issues anymore if we just got rid of Kevin McCarthy. And then you get a guy that has his exact same record, but none of his political capital in the seat. And now we have a smaller House majority. And now we're going to do this again. So if it was close to getting Hakeem Jeffries the last time that we did it with a small House majority that we had, how is it going to be any less risky to not have Hakeem Jeffries with only a +1 majority in the House now? Why is nobody else talking about this? This is so dumb. This is what we're doing in an election year. I get it. The spending bills are bad. I don't know what else to do with the elected officials that we have, though. They're as conservative as the people who elected them to Congress would allow. And not everybody comes from conservative areas. So what's to do about that? You know, there is a thing that you can do, and I've done it before, and I've never gotten paid doing it. And I paid my own flight and my own gas and my own hotel room, is you can go and help, in different areas, try to turn out the vote for more conservative candidates. That's a heck of a lot easier than just having nonstop, like musical chairs for the speakership, thinking that you're going to land on somebody more conservative because the smaller your majority gets in the House, the less likely you are to get somebody super conservative as your speaker. So you're going to risk getting someone who's even further to the left with probably even less political capital. That just doesn't make any sense. So if you have, this is not what we should be spending our time on. I really don't think that we should be spending our time on this. And they're going to engender a lot of discord within their base. Republicans are, if they keep pushing this kind of stuff, because it doesn't. You're not getting a lot of bang for your buck out of these fights, but you do get a lot of ink about it, and you do get a lot of really bad narratives about it that I think end up hurting Republicans later on.